Good day, viewers. You are again welcome to this week's edition of News Panorama from the stable of ABN Television 15.9, Houston, Texas. I am Kendi Oyedeji. First, the headlines. FG will continue to encourage and facilitate SME on locally made goods, says Buhari. 2017 budget. Dogara gives committee Friday, March 31st deadline to submit reports. What Nigeria must do to get out of recession? Tinubu. Ambode recruits 5,700 neighborhood corps officials, deploys 4,554 vehicles. And the news around the world. Trump congratulates Merkel, Modi on election. Ivory Coast ex-First Lady Simeon Gbagbo acquitted of crimes against humanity. And in the world of sports, Ross sees bright future for new Super Eagles. Chelsea make Arsenal Sanchez top priority. Now the news in full. President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday, March 28, said that the federal government will continue to encourage and facilitate small and medium enterprises, SME, to promote made-in-Nigerian goods. Buhari, who gave the assurance at the 9th Bola Tinubu Colloquium in Lagos, said that this was part of his administration's overall national economic policy. He was represented by retired Lieutenant General Abdurrahman Dambazao, the Minister of Interior at the Colloquium, which are the team, make it in Nigeria, use what we make what we use. Buhari said the government is serious in facilitating industries and import only what is strategic to our development plans. The president describes Tinubu, in whose honor the colloquium was organized, as an outstanding politician and great mobilizer who was effective in conceiving and planning governmental policies. Governor Ambode of Lagos State described Tinubu as a successful leader who had mentored many leaders in the country. The colloquium was organized in honor of Tinubu, who clocks 65 on Wednesday. Also present at the event were Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, former Vice President Namadi Sambo, former and serving governors, senators, politicians, entrepreneurs, among others. The Speaker, House of Representatives, Mr. Yakubu Dogara, on Tuesday, March 28, 2017, gave Friday, 31st March 2017 deadline to committees yet to submit a report of 2017 budget to the Committee on Appropriation. Dogara gave the deadline at the plenary and said that there was urgent need for the House to conclude work on the 2017 appropriation bill, adding that any committee that failed to meet the deadline will face the consequences. Spokesman of the House, Representative Abdulrazak Namdas, had earlier told newsmen that March 31st deadline set by the National Assembly for the passage of the bill was not sacrosanct. Namdas had explained that the inability of the lawmakers to meet the deadline was due to the new software being used in the process, which is slowing down the work of the Appropriation Committee. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, a national leader of the All Progressives Congress, APC, has identified 4 things that the country must do to achieve economic revival. According to him, he said, the country must embrace diversification and industrial policy. It must invest in infrastructure and improve on power supply. The CBN must lower the interest rates to encourage investors, and the government must embark on agricultural reforms. Tinubu said this in a speech titled Nigeria, Meeting Current Challenges, which he delivered on Tuesday, March 27 at a colloquium to mark his 65th birthday. Tinubu said it is time for Nigeria to change its economic model, as it is obvious that the old model, where the country relied solely on revenue from crude oil exports, has crashed. He said it was good that the President Muhammadu Buhari's government has realized this and had begun the painful process of salvaging the nation's economy by embarking on diversification. He, however, advised the federal government to team up with the private sector players in its quest to diversify the economy. He added that Nigeria must borrow experiences of countries like England, America, China, and other countries which had today become self-reliant by taking tough decisions. Governor Akinwumi Ambode of Lagos State on Monday, March 27, 2017, launched the rebranded Lagos Neighborhood Safety Course with a pledge that the security of lives and property in the state is now non-negotiable. Speaking at the official launch held at Agege Stadium, Governor Ambode said the move was another giant step towards enhancing security all over the state and a vital part of the ongoing efforts of his administration to reform the security and justice sector. The governor, who assented to the law that created the course on August 15, 2016, said the course had been designed to provide a second layer of policing in order to ensure that the state and communities are more secured. He said the course is not in any way competing with the regular police force, but to complement the police, especially in the areas of community policing, by providing useful intelligence for crime prevention and to facilitate the arrest of perpetrators of criminal activities in our communities. Governor Ambode, who called on Lagosians to join hands and say no to crime in the states, added that valuable information given to the cause will attract handsome rewards. He said through the course, the state government has created 7,000 jobs for officers of the course, artisans, and other support staffs. He also handed over 4 vans fitted with closed-circuit television cameras, CCTVs, to the Rapid Response Squad (RRS) of the State Police Command. The governor, however, charged the course not to indulge in brutalizing citizens, but with caution while carrying out their duties. Lagos State government has unfolded programs to mark its 50th anniversary, as the next 50 days for Lagosians will be with a lot of fun and cultural renewal. The package, tagged Roadmap to Lagos at 50, unfolded on Monday, March 27 by a committee co-chaired by a former member of the House of Assembly, Honorable Abib Fashinro, encompasses musical shows, dance, film screening, carnival, a boat regatta, and Eyo, the Lagos Trademark Festival. According to Fashinro, the celebration started on Tuesday, March 27 and ran till May 27, 2017, the day the state of aquatic splendor and commercial heart of the country was established. In his remark, the Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Mr. Steve Ayorinde, recalled that the committee, co-chaired by the Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka, started working since about a year ago, with 2 acclaimed films, 76 and 93, are going to be shown in the course of the feast. It will also open on Monday, 28, with Waka, a musical drama produced by Austin Peters. Other programs include Fela Musica, an International Jazz Day holding in Ekpe, music documentary tagged Faji Agba, a comedy show, as well as an international conference in collaboration with the Financial Times of London. Join us again after this time out.
Discover the uniqueness in the entertainment industry. African Broadcasting Network (ABN) is now the pace setter in the industry. Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network (ABN) will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
9894 Isone Street, Suite 875, Houston, Texas 77036.
Contact phone 281-652-8396 and
832-490-8203.
Website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich cultural heritage.
You're welcome back. Now, the news around the world. United States President Donald Trump has congratulated German Chancellor Angela Merkel on a surprise local election win that boosted her re-election bid. The White House said the two leaders spoke by phone after the tiny southwestern state of Saarland backed Merkel in a vote on Sunday. The vote is seen as a positive sign for Merkel, who in 6 months will ask Germans to give her a 4th term. President Trump also called Prime Minister Narendra Modi, whose right-wing party Saturday picked a controversial firebrand leader to head India's most populous state. An Ivory Coast jury on Tuesday acquitted former First Lady Simone Gbagbo of crimes against humanity during the 2010-2011 post-election crisis in a stunning verdict after the prosecution had sought to jail her for life. The head of the country's top criminal court, Judge Kurjo Bokwe, ordered that she be freed immediately if she's not being heard for other reasons, after a majority of the jury declared Simone Gbagbo not guilty of the crimes of which she has been accused. The prosecutor, Ali Yu, had called on the jury to sentence her to life imprisonment because she orchestrated attacks on her husband's opponents, where many lives were lost. Laurent Gbagbo is on trial for crimes against humanity, including murder, rape, and persecution, having been handed over in November 2011 to the International Criminal Court, ICC, in The Hague. The ICC also wanted to prosecute his wife, but Ivorian authorities refused to hand her over, insisting she will receive a fair trial at home. The judge said the parties had 60 days to appeal the verdict. We shall be back in a moment. You're welcome back, and now the world of sport. Super Eagles coach Gernot Rohr has expressed satisfaction that the team was able to discover new talents in spite of the disappointment of not playing Monday's friendly against Burkina Faso. The Eagles were to play 2 friendlies, but ended up playing only one against Senegal, which ended 1-1. Rohr said he was able to see some new players and young Nigerian talents in the United Kingdom, UK, who could be part of the team in the future. Among the players were Olaino of Chelsea, Chuba Akpom of Arsenal, Isaac Success of Watford, and Olariwaju Kayode of Austrian. Also Joel Bazil of Hannover 96 and Traon Ebechi of Den Haag. Reports have emerged stating that Chelsea has identified Alexis Sanchez as their #1 transfer target this summer. It appears that Chelsea manager Antonio Conte wants to recruit the Chilean talisman for the upcoming 2017-2018 season. Chelsea are already on course to win the Premier League this season as they sit 10 points clear at the top of the table with only 10 games. However, Chelsea will face heavy competition for the signature of the Alexis. It also reported that PSG, Juventus, and Inter Milan are also considering taking the Chilean on board. Barcelona star Lionel Messi was suspended for 4 Argentina matches by FIFA on Tuesday, March 28 for swearing at an assistant referee, a ban that will see the striker miss out on decisive qualifiers for the 2018 World Cup. Messi was found guilty of having directed insulting words at an assistant referee in the World Cup qualifier against Chile last Thursday, which Argentina won 1-0 with a penalty. He was also fined 10,000 Swiss francs, with FIFA saying the decision is in line with the FIFA Disciplinary Committee's previous ruling in similar cases. However, Armando Perez, president of the Argentine FA's interim board, has said that the sanction will be challenged at the appeal. He said Messi made a mistake by insulting the linesman, but argued that FIFA's sanction was disproportionate. Argentina have won 5 of their 6 World Cup 2018 qualifiers with Messi, but only 1 of 7 without him. They are only 2 points ahead of Ecuador and Chile in 5th and 6th, with Colombia only 1 point adrift in 4th. At this point, we shall be drawing curtains on this week's edition of ABN News Panorama from the stable of ABN Television. I am Kendi Oyedeji. Until next week that we shall be meeting again, I say bye for now.